What is up, Need for Speed racers? It is I, your wheelman, Alex Cornnut. We're here today with SlideQT and HEX on their world record pace for Old Town Road. I've got two runs for you by both of these guys, one in drift and one in grip. And originally, the drift was the world record, and the HEX was like, hold my beer. Or his energy drink. And went all in and pushed it down even further. And so the record was set this morning, I guess, or was posted this morning, and that was a 3:13 and some change. And so Slide came right in and he did a 3:12.16, about a second faster. And that was great. And then HEX one-upped that immediately and sets a 3:11.1. Even a second faster than that. So they pushed the record down by a second and then pushed it down by 2 seconds. Both these guys are insane. I've got the builds for you right here. So if you want to build a car that does world record runs, I've got it. Slide's drift build is different from what has already been put out. It is improved. It is the proper way to build a drift car, and it's driven by somebody that is very, very fast. He even says he can push his rundowns into the 11s, and probably both of these guys are talking running 3:10s if they get really sweaty. But they played for about an hour. They got their times. They're like, let's move on and go and do a fun track. Neither one of them really care for Old Town Road, but if somebody's going to claim a world record that these guys can snatch, they're going to snatch it over here on the Cornnut crew. And I'm really just jazzed about that. It's awesome when you're surrounded by people that are really fast and can back it up. And just, we're really tight-knit over here, you guys. And if you want to be part of the Cornnut crew, come hang out. Join the Discord. We're running the Copium series right now, so you can be a part of that. Grab a Beetle, come and run Rat Race with us in B-Class, and set your best time. Submit it, and we'll take care of you and get you put in there. It's everybody out there can run it. I'll link the video at the end. But you guys aren't here for the Copium series. You guys are here to see the fastest racers in the game. So let me bring them to you right now. We're going to start with SlideQT and his Drift 180X SX. Excuse me. The engine that you're running in this one is the 5th motor. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is the 2.0 liter inline 4. It is the Sport Bronze engine, and it's 306 brake horsepower when we start. For the parts, you're running Sport Bronze induction, Sport Bronze ECU, Sport Bronze fuel system, and Sport Bronze exhaust, along with a Gold Super Roots supercharger, Sport Bronze nitrous, Elite Platinum road suspension, Pro Silver brakes, and Elite Platinum grip tires, Iron Basic clutch, Sport Bronze 5-speed transmission, and you can run the Sport Bronze differential. That'll get you 40% drift. But Slide was running it with the Elite diff, so I'm going to show you exactly what he did carbon copy, so that way there's no confusion. His auxiliaries that he runs is nitrous drift and nitrous near miss. He's doing micro drifts along with full-on drifts and small grip turns based in there, and culmination of all of it is a very, very fast run. The fastest drifter in the game. For handling, slide that slider all the way right. Most of the way right. 40% drift on this one, you guys. Steering sensitivity, 2 clicks high for me. He runs it much higher than that. But you guys do whatever you're comfortable with, because that's really the name of the game with the steering sensitivity. Downforce, run it all the way high, back it off 2, 1, 2. That is a 209. Anything less than that is a 210, and that is actually a plus. So you need to be at 209. That's the sweet spot. Run it there, you guys. That's what Slide did. Traction control off. Drift entry, Slide runs it as gas tap. This build is a little different from what you might have seen today. It's further optimized. It's better overall. It's got a lot better set of tires, so you're going to have more control in and out of your corners, better control over your drifts once you set it, and really, at the end of the day, it is the way to go. I'll say it a couple of different ways, but at the core of things, guys, if you are seeing bronze suspension or bronze tires show up on builds, maybe second guess it, because honestly that's not the way to build, and we prove that time and time again over here on the Cornnut Crew channel. It's that simple. We've got the best builds, the fastest guys. Between Nil and Slide working together, we've got two of the best builders in the game for both drift and grip, or drift and everything else. And we really just have the manpower and the time to really sort things out and bring you the best builds in the game. This is the 180SX that Slide did for you to bring you this world record setting, 312.16. 163 is the top speed. It goes a little higher than that. 352 is the horsepower, and 377 is the torque. It's really exciting to watch these guys. Slide's run is coming up next, and then after that, I'm going to show you Hex's build on his Testarossa and show you his record-setting 311.1. Old Town Road by SlideQT. Guy's a banger. Puts his own name on the license plate. I like that. Custom license plates are sweet. And if you use them to throw shade, that's cool. But, you know, it's not about what your license plate says. It really matters what time you get. You know what I'm saying? Some of you guys will know what I mean. Some of you won't. That's okay. Make sure you have a custom license plate on your car. It's important. If you have a body kit and a sweet-ass paint job but no license plate, what are you doing with yourself? He narrowly misses that car right there, gets his 3-bar, and now he's on his way. Slide wanted me to point out that he is running this alone. Hex was in there for a moment to get it started and then quit out, so that way Slide wouldn't have any interaction with traffic from somebody else throwing it off. But he's also not getting a draft from anyone and getting multiple bars of boost to help get his time up a little bit. That was happening with other runs, and so he wanted to set himself apart by saying, hey, it's just me out here and I can do it on my own and still push it down by a second. So big shout out to him. He is capable of really sending it, and it is a pleasure to have the fastest drifter in the game on the Cornnut crew. Maybe not on every single track, because definitely Water Blob's out there smoking it, Cam's fast as hell, but as far as the guys that I know that are actually pushing content and being part of, you know, bigger organizations, so to speak, this is one of the guys. And he's a builder, and he's helping bring content to you guys so you know the best cars to build, and it's awesome to have that. You'll see that he's building up boost to get into this corner, gonna cap that 3-bar and do a nice hard Tron turn and keep it really tight there. He's going to try to build that up, gets his 2-bar. He wanted me to point out there's a couple times where he only gets like 1.8 or 1.9, doesn't quite get 2 bars, or doesn't quite get 3 bars. And there's a lot of room for improvement from that. So that is one thing that he's very self-conscious about, in the sense that he would be very critical of himself. And I'm like, dude, you're faster than like everybody. Except for maybe Hex, and he runs grip, so it's a different style. So I would say that as far as drift goes, this is the best we've got to pull from right now, and you're doing just fine. He's making it move, using his 3-bar, getting it up there, gets 3 bars again here. You'll see that these guys are just using nitrous and boost like every opportunity they get to just maximize the car's resources and get it up to speed. Caps it through there, does a little bit of a drift. He's sliding it around here. This is one of those sections where he doesn't quite get what he needs. He didn't quite get his 2-bar there. That was like a 2.9 or 1.9, excuse me. So he missed out on a little bit of acceleration. I'm just watching. Like, I could comment all day, but without actually being a drifter myself, it's hard to say what's good and what's bad. But I know that he's flying. That's a lot faster than I can do on this track. I like how he sets up his lines, slides in, boosts out. Just sick. We had audio that he submitted this, but it's literally him and Hex, Seike, and myself just talking while he's driving, and we're just chowing it up in Discord while they were just practicing and setting their runs. And he finishes with a 3:12.16, and that is a banger for a drifter. A second faster than the run posted this morning, and an improved build. So you guys know where to get it, right here. Let's move on to Hex's build. Watching Slide is really exciting. That's a very fast run. Not clean. He's not happy with it. There's plenty of places he even loses his 2-bar, loses a 3-bar, kind of gets a little more sideways or offline, so he loses speed in the dirt. And he specifically wanted me to point out, if you're playing the comparison game, that he does not gain any boost drafting anyone. He is a solo act. There's nobody giving him a toe where he's going to accumulate a couple of 3-bar boosts before the first big corner and essentially get an advantage that is brought to you by somebody helping you around the track. So Slide really is the best drifter. Not only does he push the time down for drifters by a second, he does it all by himself, and that's really the key here, you guys. There is a difference between those that are getting propped up to get where they're at and those that are standing alone, and it's awesome to see that. Low-key, I get a toe for bars going into my rapid transit run, but I'm not first in the world right now. That belongs to another guy, and he's very fast. But it's not about me. Let's show you what Hex has got, because you want to see his run. He's insane. Hex is just on it. He was on pace to do a 309, and then he crashed. We were all watching it, but we were checking split times on the checkpoints to know where he's at, and he had a 309 in the bag. It was no question about it, but just one little mistake can throw away that record run. The engine that you run in the Ferrari Testarossa for A-Class world record setting run is the third engine over, so we count 1, 2, 3. That is the 4.0 liter V8 Sport Bronze engine, 414 brake horsepower when we start. For the parts, you are running Silver Pro induction, Sport Bronze ECU, Sport Bronze fuel system, Sport Bronze exhaust, and Sport Bronze single turbo, Sport Bronze nitrous, Elite Platinum road suspension, Sport Bronze brakes, and Elite Platinum grip tires, Sport Bronze clutch, and then the Sport Bronze 4-speed transmission. Differential, you can get away with just a Sport Bronze diff, but I'm giving you a carbon copy of Hex's car, just like I did with Slides. I even did the same body kits, wheels, colors, you name it. If I'm going to match them and show you their cars, I'm going to show you their car all the way. He runs the Elite Platinum diff. For his auxiliary, he runs nitrous drift and nitrous grip, because Hex micro drifts. For the handling, you're going to slide that slider all the way to the left. 100% full Beyonce, to the left, to the left. Steering sensitivity 2 clicks high, that's what I run. Hex actually runs it around here. So do whatever you're comfortable with. Run it wherever you like, guys, but I run 2 clicks high. Downforce, run it all the way low. You want to give this car as much on the top end for Old Town Road especially as you can, so having that lower downforce helps it boost a little bit to get to a little bit higher speed threshold. Traction control off, and Hex, like myself, runs brake tap. That is going to give you the Ferrari Testarossa A209. 172 top speed. It'll do about 175, 176 with Redline Tech. 480 on the horsepower and 328 on the torque. It is a pleasure for me to have these guys in the crew. I love racing with them. You can come and race with us anytime. We're not always racing all the time, but if we're racing, you can come and participate with us. Join the Copium series. That's a great place to get involved, get plugged in with the Cornnut crew. We're growing faster than any other content creator in the Need for Speed space right now. Like in 5 months, I've built what you see now. What's a year gonna look like? Double? That'd be crazy. Let's have some fun. Come and hang out. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for Hex's run. And you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye. Alright, we're here with Hex's amazing world record setting 311.1. You'll see that he's got it highlighted down here. It says kind of a sloppy run. Sub 10 is possible for sure. I'll make a real vid once I get a better run. As far as I'm concerned, this is a real vid, but it shows you where these guys are at. They're trying to go faster than anybody else, and they want a real run to show you what's good. Gonna mute the audio so we don't get demonetized. Him and Slide running together like they do, setting it up. This was all happening today. I brought it to you as soon as we could get it uploaded and get it done for you guys, because I don't want you to accidentally build the wrong car. Gotta get you in the right one so that way you're running the most optimal builds from the fastest guys around. Now Hex is tucking in behind Slide a little bit here. He's going to get a little bit of a draft. He gets about a bar and a half total out of the draft. And then he uses the rest of it. So he does get a little bit of an advantage chasing Slide here. But not so much, not 2, not 3, not 5 like other pace out there. So he definitely does it on his own from here on out. You'll see that he's hitting that card. It goes about 176 there for a moment, and he's holding a nice steady red line tech, just holding 173, 172-ish. I mean, he's making the most out of the car. Splits traffic, hits the oncoming traffic a little bit. That's going to slow him down just a taste. That's one of the things that we can do to improve, but we're splitting hairs. When he's the fastest guy on the track that we have, why not run it? Using those 3 bars, gripping around, getting a nice grip corner. There's another 3 bar. He uses it immediately to start getting up to speed. Bling quit out because Bling doesn't want to chase him. They're really trying to kind of, they're set records together, but they do it separately. Like they both start the race, and whoever's on pace, the other guy just gets out of the way and lets the other guy go ahead and just run it. And that's really a good way to do it. If you're trying to set times and really get faster, come and get with us, and we'll put you in the sauna. You can get sweaty with us, and we really have the ability to set some times. These guys know the tricks of the trade to really get isolated and get into a rhythm of going fast. So you'll see that he's milking that 3 bar. It almost expired, but he kind of just does a little brake tap micro drift there, and then hits the 3 bar around the corner, giving himself a couple of grip turns. He did a little snake there to extend that grip chain, so it's one turn into the next, and as he's doing those little snake turns, that's building up that bonus that he's going to get. So that's why he gets all 3 bars, and it delays when it gives it to him, so that way he doesn't have to sit there and try to micro drift mid straightaway. Caps the 3 bar around this corner. Now he's really doing quite good. There's still room for improvement here. That was one where he got like a 2.9 bar, not all 3. All little things these guys are like, oh, it wasn't really a clean run, it's kind of sloppy, I can definitely improve. I mean, they're talking they can do perfection, and they were both a little hesitant to give me the footage until I was like, come on, you guys, like, we're here, we've got the build, let's put it out there, because how long is it going to be before you guys get sweaty again and actually run this track? And they're both like, yeah, you're right, we hate this track, it's not that fun, it's a lot of straight lines. So it's wonderful for me to bring this to you. That's another spot where you got like 2.5 instead of 3. And guys, if you don't get a full bar, it reduces it to the next lowest one. So if you only have like 1.5, it's only a 1 bar. If you have 2.5, it's only a 2 bar. So it goes up in full increments. There is like no 2.5 award that you get. So it's kind of like you either get all of it or it reduces you down. Chaining these all together, getting a good run out, using that acceleration, using that boost, and that is a 311.10, the current world record on Old Town Road, until somebody decides to show up and take it back. But for now, we're enjoying it. I'm so happy to celebrate these guys, and I'm more than thrilled to be able to bring it to you. You guys have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.